Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. So much went on yesterday, didn't it? We had players turn us down. We had a player that we thought we might get just turn up at another club. We had a takeover statement that didn't get released that we was all waiting for all night. And it just seems like everything's just real. There was so much negativity yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do the video, but so much went on that I've got so much to talk about today. Obviously, the first thing that happened was Kurt Zuma turned us down. Thomas Tuchel a bit disappointed. Obviously, they want Koundé. By all accounts, it was because of money and wages that is the reason he turned us down. Maybe a little bit of the Tomore stuff as well, in terms of David Moyes not being able to offer him guaranteed playtime, which is fair enough. I think a player should earn the right to, get in the team. No player's guaranteed a place. You've got to be playing well and delivering on the pitch. If it's wages, it depends how much it was. If we're talking like 10-15 grand difference, then I'd be a bit disappointed. I think that Milikovic is the one that I want anyway. If I had to pick between the two of Zuma and Milikovic, apparently, we're in advanced talks. Things are pushing on. We're pushing on. We're moving in the right direction. Keep hearing all these, these buzzwords, from Twitter and stuff like that. It's so frustrating. Listen, until I see the geezer in a shirt on the West Ham website, I can't believe anything anymore. When you think things are really, really close, just nothing ever materialises, and it's becoming increasingly more frustrating now. We're running out of time now. I know the window doesn't close to the 31st, but we don't want a situation where we pick up an injury in the first few games and then teams know we desperately need, say, a striker if Antonio goes down, or if one of the centre backs go down. They know we need the centre back, and all of a sudden it becomes premium price. Later on in the day, we sort of hinted at it in my video the other day about Matheus Pereira. It looks like the Saudi Arabia deal's done now to Al Hilal, which is fair enough. If he clearly wanted the money and he's gone for the money, and that's fair enough. One comment I will have on this though, like a final comment on the Pereira deal, is if you feel that West Ham probably would have offered you about 85 grand a week, that doesn't give you life-changing money for you and your family for the rest of your life and their lives, then I don't know what does. You could have been playing European football this year at West Ham, earning big money, being a key player for us in the Premier League. Now, yes, you're going to earn fantastic money, but you'll be playing in Saudi Arabia. Yes, it is a job. And in any other industry, you want to earn as much money as you can. But I think anything over £50,000 a week, you're on life-changing money. You are not skint. You are not poor. You can afford your mortgage 4 or 5 times over. Buy houses for your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle. Do you know what I mean? Your whole family could have their houses paid for from your wages. So that one's not going to get done now. Who remains to be seen what will happen with Jesse Lingard. Who knows that one? Every time a transfer goes away, you start believing more that Moyes is convinced that someone like Lingard is going to come in. Also yesterday, I'm a little bit disappointed because when we don't get our first choice, like it sounds like Tammy Abrams, didn't want to come, and he's got big money, like 145 grand a week. I thought Danny Ings might be the next option to come in, and obviously listen right under the radar. No one knew about it. It was just announced, wasn't it? Like 6:30 last night. Danny Ings to Aston Villa. Good signing for them. Good signing. Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings, cover each other if either got injured. Both capable of 15 to 20 goals, I think, if they stayed fit. They're building something really good there. Yes, people threw at me yesterday, listen, they've sold their best player. Yes, they have sold their best player, they did, but for fantastic money, 100 million. It's not peanuts money. They've took a one step backwards, but they've took a couple of steps forward in that as well to counteract the step backwards that they've took. Bailey's a good player, Ings, good player, Buendia as well, they've bought in, haven't they? And I wouldn't be surprised if a couple more come in as well. So they've cushioned the blow for their fans, they've cushioned the blow to their team. They're going to still be able to cope and do well. Yes, Jack Grealish is a fantastic player. He's a world-class player. But, if you're getting good money for a player and your board is good, and identified and back the manager, then, good things can happen. I don't want to sell Declan Rice. I hope Declan Rice stays there for 10 years. He won't, but I hope he does. But the problem with us as owners, listen, people will put a question to me, oh, would you sell Declan Rice for Danny Ings and Pereira, for example, plus you have a few quid? No, I wouldn't. But if they did sell and we got those players and we had some money, it would ease the blow. But would I trust GSB to sell Rice for 100 million? No, I think they would bottle it, and I think they would sell him for 85 million. I think if Rice, not that Rice is this sort of player, but if Rice throws up a bit of a stink next summer and, and goes, well, I want to go, I don't think I'm going to play, they will bottle it and go, okay, you can go for 80 million. Where Villa have stayed stubborn, stayed strong. Tottenham are staying strong and stubborn with Kane. That is what we have to do going forward, when it is time to sell Rice next summer, probably. And have plans in place, to cushion the blow. For example, if you sold Rice, the first player you'd probably want to go and sign is someone like Basuma. Someone who can fit in and sort us out. But again, this is all for next year. But what I'm saying is, Villa selling Grealish is not a big catastrophe because they've saved themselves. They've bought the right players in, and I wouldn't trust GSB to do that. And also this morning I've just read that Southampton, or whatever you read, they're either in for Adam Armstrong, a player that we're linked with as well, and Tammy Abraham's a guy that apparently that his wages are too heavy at the moment. So these striker options are running out. This, Harry Kane will probably spark something off as well. If Harry Kane was to go, there'll probably be this crescendo and domino effect of transfers. So it's very interesting to see what happens. We need to get a move on though. It is absolutely ridiculous. Every day, I'm sure you're all like me, we're scrolling through Twitter, we're scrolling for any news, and all it ever is West Ham are pursuing. West Ham are ready to make an effort. West Ham are going to step up. Come on, you've had since January to identify your targets and go for them, and we just sit and wait, and all this loan to buy option. Yes, it is good in certain circumstances, but sometimes if there's a player you really, really want, just go and buy them. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating when you've had such a fantastic season, and it's just, I don't know, it's just feels deflating at the moment. Yeah, I'm very happy with the first 11. And I agree, with a couple of the other channels, I think Fornals is going to have a fantastic season. I think Ben Rama's going to be top dollar this season. I really, really do. But, one of them get injured, Antonio gets injured, or Bonner gets injured, then we're in big trouble. Big trouble. We've got a hell of a lot of games to play between now and the next transfer window, for example, January, So, I don't know. Anyway, on the takeover stuff as well, Pi Capital were supposed to release a statement last night. Apparently, they had a hard day, apparently, in the offices, and the statement wasn't released. It would have been a perfect timing for them to release the statement yesterday, in terms of the anger and the frustration around the club. They could have just played to the gallery, as Gio says. Didn't come. Apparently, it's going to come today. We'll wait and see. The more I hear of this, the more I see of this, I don't like it. I really don't like it. At first, it was that initial excitement of, it might get taken over, and, you're blinded a little bit. But yeah, the more I read, the more this goes on. I just don't like it. Again, I'm quoting Gonzo here, but, the money men need to come out. We need to know who they are. Is there funds out? I didn't like the Hammers News interview. And no disrespect to them, it's the answers to the questions they asked, where it was about transfer funds, and it was, well, it depends on how much we buy the club for, and that will determine transfer funds. No, we want someone who's going to come in with some big money to make this club a better club, and consistent top 6 contenders. I'm not saying finish there every year, but consistently be like as good as Everton, as good as Leicester, so we're consistently around that top 6 area, and not having to worry about relegations and things like that, and worrying about injuries of players, and actually being able to step up as a club. Yeah, incredibly frustrating still. Apologies, guys, for not being able to give you some good news. I suppose the only good news yesterday was, Ben Rama scored a hat-trick in the little pre-season game against 11 West Ham players versus 11 West Ham players. So he looks sharp, he looks ready to go. He looks absolutely on fire. So, I think he's going to be a big player for us this year. Anyway, guys, if any more news comes out between now and the end of the day, end of the week, I'll be back for a video. Hit the like button if you can, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Until next time, come on, you irons. Keep believing if you can. Let's go.